What's going on, guys? This is going to be a weird, awkward video. Maybe for you, more for me, maybe not so much for me. This video is going to have no gameplay. It's going to be no gameplay of any game. It's not going to be MFO. It's not going to be like an opinion piece or anything like that. It's just going to be me talking and chilling with you guys for a little bit. One of those type of days where I just didn't feel like rushing out of content, just like to put something out. So I was like, I'm just not gonna do it. Who's gonna make me? Who's gonna stop me? So I just decided to instead just wanted to just tell people or talk about what I've been doing, what I'm up to, plans for the future possibly, things like that. Like I don't know, like it's just gonna go wherever the hell I feel like it, and I'm gonna cut the camera off when I feel like I'm done talking. So that's just what it is. First thing I wanted to talk about is, let's say there are a bunch of new like games and updates that are coming out. I just finished watching, where is it? I gotta go to FG3000's channel because he's the one that, I feel like he's the one of the ones that's covering it, but I know other people probably have. Chaos Warfare, this is the name of the game. This game looks super good, man. Super good. I actually always liked tower defense games. Is one of my old passions from back in the way day. You would be surprised, hard pressed, that there's a reason that I never liked Arc Knights. It's like, why didn't you like Arc Knights if you like tower defense? I just didn't like the style of it. And it's funny because I like Illusion Connect, but I didn't like the style of Arc Knights. I don't know. But Chaos Warfare seems to be a tower defense with actually good graphics. So for me, that's definitely on my list. I'm definitely looking forward to when that game drops. Actually, I have no idea. Oh yeah, it was called something, War of Embers, and now I guess they changed the name, but I'm really looking forward to that game. Let me know if you guys are interested in that as well. Guilty Gear just dropped a whole bunch of info. They just dropped like how their mechanics are working and stuff. What about my fighting game people? I don't know if you guys are still alive, especially on this channel. A lot of people play other games. It's like, I know the channel is mostly focused around gacha stuff, but what do you, you know, I know some people are interested in other things. But yeah, Guilty Gear Strive, I did a couple of, I think 1 or 2 videos on it, and it actually did really well on the channel. I want to know, hey, if you guys are still out there, are you still interested in the game, or do you not like the direction that it's going? And I'm going to be asking a lot of questions because it's more of me asking you guys stuff, and I'll just give you a little dabble of how I'm feeling about things. Genshin Impact. I don't know, man. Like I've always had an issue. You guys know me. If you guys have been a fan of my channel or just a homie in the channel, whatever you want to call yourself, I don't know. I always have issues with games where I have to do a lot of adventuring and stuff like that. The problem is that it's not that I don't want to, like, even today I felt like playing it, but then I was like, fuck, I gotta actually like play this game. I gotta like level up and then get to this point where I can just farm. And I always feel icky. I don't know. I just feel icky when I have to do that. Like taking 1 day or 2 days off because it's not my main game. Let's be more specific. That's why it's not. Exos Heroes is currently the main game of the channel. So if it was my main game, I'd be diving into it harder. But when you are playing it as like a secondary game, it makes it hard to commit to it. And like Lord of Heroes, same thing. It just made it hard to commit to it, even though I like the game. And same thing with Ghost of Tsushima. And that's another question. Do you guys want those games to come back, or at least finished? Ghost of Tsushima and Final Fantasy VII. Those are 2 games that I have on the channel that were not gacha based, full-on games that were just not finished. They were started. They're edited in 2 different styles. One is unedited and one is more heavily edited, or just more edited to take out like mundane stuff and like maybe try to highlight and focus on certain funny aspects, which would be Final Fantasy. Guys, go check out those videos and give me opinions, because as time progresses, the channel has to evolve. It has to, especially if it gets stagnant at one point, it has to do something. Like that's real life, you know. Like if you're hitting a plateau, you have to find a way to break through it. I've been learning that with also stocks. Stocks have a, what do they call it, support and resistance. Like they'll go up and down and up and down and up and down. Then it will either shoot up or it will shoot downwards. And I feel like that's actually like real life. Like that's real life. Like real life actually works that way too. If you spend, you know, in this up and down cycle, eventually you're going to spike a certain way. That's kind of like, think of it like weight loss. Like you've been eating good and then you're dieting, and then you fall off a little bit and then you come back a little bit, then you fall off a little bit and you come back a little bit, and then eventually you're gonna just either super get your shit in line or you're just gonna like fail off. And I feel like that works with everything. It's like a pretty easy to understand concept. With that being said, and I have to find a different ways to evolve the channel, and that's probably what's the reason why I don't know what to do today, because I don't feel like making another Exos Heroes video. the game is not really doing anything like specifically exciting, and it calls on to me to make it more exciting or to bring life into it, because usually all you have to do is wait for the game to update. You put out a video on what just happened in the game. It's like the most easiest thing is what's happening, that thing just happening. It's like reporting a fire. Like, the fire is there, you don't have to explain too much about it. There is the fire, hi, it's hot, and things are inside there, it's melting, and you know, all that stuff. But when there's no fire and the house is just kind of sitting there, kind of hard to get after you already showed the inside, you know what else are you gonna do? So I'm looking for other things to do. I was thinking about leaning on Genshin, because Genshin looks cool. It's one of those games where I start looking at it and I'm like, wow, that game looks really fun, and it's like I should play that game, and it's like, oh, I am. I'm just not playing it, I'm watching it. I don't know about you guys. Are there games that you guys play more than you actually, sorry, not play. Are there games that you guys watch more than you play? That you have not that you don't have an interest, but like you look at somebody else playing and they're so further ahead, and you just like, dude, that would take me like days to catch up or something like that, or months, whatever, how far the game is. And it's like, you just get intimidating. You just don't feel like really messing around with it. So that also brings me up to Legends of Runeterra. I don't know if I mentioned it yet. If I did, I did, whatever. Legends of Runeterra is a game where actually it's very free to play friendly. And you guys, if you guys are old schoolers here, I love card games. I put Runeterra also on this channel before, and I also put Shadowverse on this channel before. Both did okay. Runeterra didn't do that great, but Shadowverse started doing good near the end of it. I just kind of stopped liking the way that they were managing the game. But Runeterra just added a bunch of stuff. Would you guys be interested in seeing some Runeterra? Because this pretty much, I've learned something about myself. And one thing that I learned about myself is I like to be competitive. I've always liked that. That's why I've always played fighting games to a certain extent. But in gacha games, you can't really be competitive. You can. It's just that it's more of a financial thing, at least for the immediate, right? If you want to immediately be competitive, you have to spend some type of money. Just for the fact that other people can. Obviously, if no one spent money, it would be an even playing ground. But in gachas, most of the time, the people that are gonna have a competitive edge over you, just even if it's not pay to win, but just pay to progress, they're gonna have an edge over you. And when they have that edge, you kind of like you're drawn back. So I never can really get competitive in a gacha game, and that kills me deep inside. Like, especially if the game does not have good PvE where you can actually enjoy yourself and actually be challenged by the game, because normally the challenge would come from fighting someone else. You know the game, and then you're testing someone else's knowledge of knowing the game, and then you guys would combat, and then that would be the thing. And so if I beat someone in a game, it meant that I was like smarter than them, I'm better than them, and I kind of like that aspect. It sounds, I don't know, was it egotistical? I don't know if that's how that works, but it sounds crazy. But that's kind of what I've always liked. I've always liked to test my battle, and when I get beat, it's like, damn, man, he got me good. But in a gacha, I don't get that feeling, and I'm missing that feeling. So I really want to play a game in which I can be competitive, and that's why I'm definitely gonna play Guilty Gear Strive when it comes out, because I kind of like really been interested in the game, and it looks like it's kind of up my alley. I wanted to play Fighters a lot, Dragon Ball Fighters, but only like 2 characters I think I've always really liked in there, like actually liked and seen the gameplay and was like, oh, I really want to try that out. And again, that's another one. It's been months. I can definitely, all you have to do is start up, and once you start, you're on the path to get better. And eventually I would have got good enough to actually play. But when it's working full time, and then it's videos that you guys are already expecting to see on the channel, and then you have to start practicing and training, there's no real room for it. It's actually not bad, but it's hard to be a content creator and try to be competitive in another game and like train yourself. It's that you lose track of, not lose track of time, but you lose the ability to even do anything outside of that just for fun, like for shits and giggles. So it's like, it's one of those traps. It's a trap as a content creator, where you want to be competitive, but in order to be competitive, you have to drop some other things. Like I would have to drop Exos, I would have to drop other things in my day-to-day in order to pursue like a fighting game, because a fighting game, you have to learn a lot of stuff and stay up on it and all that good stuff. So I'd have to switch my main game in order to do something like that, and I was never willing to do that. I'm still not willing to do that. I don't know, maybe Guilty Gear I might switch over. Not saying I'll switch when that comes out, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a game where I can be competitive in, and Runeterra seems like it's a really good one, because the more you play it, the easier it is. And a lot of us in gacha, we're always looking for a game in which we can play and the game rewards us for it. I think that's one of the biggest things that we're always looking. That's the free-to-play model. Like, you're just playing the game and you're getting rewards for it, and that's kind of what Runeterra is. The more you play, the more you get like the resources and the currencies, and then you can literally just keep playing every day, and you will literally get that stuff back. You will get like your time back in being able to have everything available in the game. And then once you have everything available in the game, you just keep grinding, because the game has already, well, the devs, the Riot has already said that they were going to keep supporting the game. So if like what I see, like people that are like that either they spend money or they just play a lot, they have when they drop something new, they get it. And it's kind of like what I did with Smite. Smite had a package that when I played Smite, that I spent like $30 or whatever like that, that when I go back into Smite, I have every single character. It was like you have every character that's available and any new character that comes out. That was for $30. In Exos Heroes alone, I've played, you know, way more than $30. So it's just kind of like the difference between, like, you know, the bang for your buck, right? Like your different games have different, I guess, financial points. That's why some people don't like. There's a big debate right now about when Guilty Gear actually released their things. They were saying like, oh, you know, there's a big debate on, you know, fighting games costing a certain amount of money, like they're too expensive, people can't get into them. Meanwhile, you can play a gacha game. It's technically free to play, and you could actually at least get in and play. But when it comes down to these fighting games, something that you kind of want to test out, you know, test the characters out, you have to get the console. You know, most people already have a phone, so a phone game is good, but you have to go buy a console, have a TV, have, you know, get the controller, then get the game, and you're already like hundreds of dollars in. Meanwhile, the phone you already had, like, you don't already have a console. You have to usually go get the console, but a phone you're already gonna have. It's part of like most people's day-to-day, so it is what it is. So other things like when new games get released, oh my god, I just stumbled on that. When new games get released or trailers and stuff like that, do you guys want me to react to that? I've done a couple of them. Pretty decent reaction. I think you guys do like when I do that. Like if you guys ever want to send me, I need to set up something maybe in like a Discord channel or something like that, where if something new comes out, like a new game or a like a trailer for a new game or something like that, I would know about it, or I'll just start looking out for it. And if you guys want me to cover that, let me know. I don't mind covering new games, like as far as like maybe a trailer, and maybe dive into the game if it's like free. I don't have enough money to buy every like big game that comes out and then be like, well, you know, I had to buy the game so I can pay it for 2 hours and tell you if I like it or not. Like, I'm not at that point. I would like to be at that point because I do like, you know, playing games. That's the whole point of being a gamer and a content creator, is that you play the games, the games that come out. And then instead of being stuck into one game forever, you know, eventually you're gonna break out. I've done that already multiple times. I broke out of Knights Chronicles. I broke out of League of Legends. League of Legends was one of my first games. I broke out of Smash. I used to play Smash a lot. That was more stream based, on stream. But yes, guys, I used to stream. I know some people are like, come on, man, I want you to stream. It's like, if I go back to streaming, it has to be on a very consistent basis. I can't stream like once a week or something like that. It would just drive me nuts. But stuff like that. So I'm just kind of asking a little bit, like, what are you guys looking forward to? Not saying that anything that you say was automatically gonna get, because I already know I'm gonna get 10 different YFOs on stick to this, dump that, break that. I already get that currently in my comment section. There's people that's like, keep making Exos, drop Exos, start playing Genshin. Bro, I want you to play more console games. So I already know I'm gonna get a plethora of ideas. It's just more like what I see, what resonates with you guys. Like I said, I already dropped a bunch of things, but Chaos Warfare, just so you guys know, when that game comes out, I'm definitely gonna play it. I definitely 100% will play that. I'm very interested into that game, and I want to maybe add some Runeterra, or maybe what, TFT looks pretty cool too. I played that. That looks fun. And that's, you could be somewhat competitive in that, and it's very, League of Legends is free to play. TFT is a game mode in there and it's free to play. And another cool thing about that is that I can play with you guys in those types of games. I can play against a viewer in Runeterra, in TFT, in League of Legends. If I wanted to do League of Legends content, I can play with a pre-made 5 or just duo with a random person. Like, I can do that. With a lot of gacha games, they don't have that element. It's mostly you just fighting other people. The only other people you have are in your guild. And you, like, that's it. It's like your guild versus other guild, but there's usually no replays. I can't, you know, do like you guys know, you guys already know I do the hype commentary. Like, imagine me commentating all my guildmates matches. They don't have stuff like that. Like, so, but if I were to do my guild in League of Legends versus another guild or something like that, or obviously that would just be two pre-made 5-on-5, but I can commentate that, and that would be hype. I used to always commentate like what is it, PC Naruto matches. Some old school people know that. If you're old school, you know what I'm talking about, then in the comment section, tell me who She-Swerve is. You would know who She-Swerve is if you watch my old Naruto content. But yeah, we used to play that too, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. That was a really big thing for my stream, not for YouTube, but for streaming stuff. Dark Souls, oh my god, like there's so many games I could play. It's just that I don't know where to take the channel and like to add a specific game, or just like I said, just have these other games like Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro. Okay, here's a big secret. I actually was going to bring Sekiro to the channel. I think I recorded 2 videos, I uploaded them, unlisted them, and or something like that, and they never seen the light of day. You guys never even saw it, not even close to seeing it. Like, it's just, I literally at that point would just restart the entire game and just play that. That would be interesting. Sekiro is a crazy amazing game, and I was really enjoying it. But the problem is that I have to always keep up with the gachas, and once you get into that thing, and now I see why FG3000, there are some gachas where he's very high level and there's some that he's not. So like I can see like he just plays a few of them a little bit and then he backs off. And I reference him a lot because I don't understand how the fuck he plays all these gacha. I see how YDCB, he sticks to one gacha game and then he dabbles in like another one. If it hits really strongly, he will stick with it. FG kind of does the same thing. It's like kind of like the thing, but they really don't dabble into the console games. But that's where my other interest is. I love me some mobile games. They're nice, they're cool, they're getting better over time. But I still like console. Like I like these PC games that are crazy. Like I didn't even play Among Us. Like, well, you need need some other people for that. But you guys understand what I'm saying. Like I kind of want to dabble into that too. But you know, everyone knows you dabble into something different, your numbers are gonna go down. You're gonna get butthurt as a creator. But it might overall be better for the channel to show you guys other games that I'm interested in, because it's another part of me that you guys really don't see. Same with the MFO, that was a big risk, just talking about games or stuff like that. This video is kind of a big risk because it might not get any attention like the normal 1,000 views that I get. But it's necessary because it's better for my sanity. I rather throw out some shit videos and you guys throw them to the wayside than keep making videos and just making myself unhappy. So there is that. So I already asked you guys a ton of questions. Most of it I'm not gonna try to edit a lot. I want to just kind of keep the video raw. Also, do you guys do stocks? I do stocks. I've been losing a lot of money. Part of another reason why I'm a little sad. I'm a little sadapus here. A lot of money. I'm just looking at it just to see how bad it is. I lost so much money, bro. It's like funny, but it's like really sad at the same time. You have to take your lumps. You got to take your losses, and then hopefully I can take all these losses, learn my lessons, and then progress forward. And I think that once I get better at that, then my accounts will be really good, because I'm really about manifest. I don't have my manifest shirt on. It's actually all my merchandise off to the side, but like I said, I'm not trying to advertise, but really about manifesting, like really learning about what's good for you and how to better yourself financially, physically, spiritually, mentally. All that stuff is so important. I can't wait to drop that video. I just been trying to think about the exact angle, but that manifest video is going to be big for me. I don't know about you, it's going to be big for me, because I want to make sure that video is really geared towards what the message that I'm trying to send about really improving yourself. And like that's a big thing, and I think a lot of people don't grasp that concept, and a lot of people are lost in the sauce. But that's gonna be it for me. That's about 20 minutes of me recording. I think that I don't feel like there's any more that I could talk about. If you have other game suggestions, just know that, you know, I might not like the game, but I'm gonna be trying to mix it up with you guys. Maybe I should go back to some Genshin. Maybe I should just sit in Genshin, because there's really no new thing in Genshin. I think not yet. I think they dropped an event or something, or they were gonna drop characters. A lot of leaks that weren't confirmed and all this nonsense, man. But I gotta hurry up and put this out because I have work. That's another thing. I gotta work like 6 days straight, I think, this week. So it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. Hopefully your day's going amazing, your week's going amazing, your weekend coming into it is going amazing, all that good stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe. This video is just a me talking video, so go check out a video on Genshin, go check out a video on Final Fantasy, Ghost of Tsushima. Come back to this video and drop all the YFOs, all the comments and stuff like that. Go check out an MFO episode, whatever you guys want. I'm listening. I'm in listen mode right now. So you guys this will be the video where I'll probably have the most feedback, talking back. Sometimes I can't get to every comment on every video, but this will probably be the video if you really want to talk to me about something like, I really think you should do this. And I won't take it. Like, I don't understand. Like, some people say, yo, Exos is dead. You could say something like that. I'd be like, okay, why do you think it's dead? What do you suggest instead? And stuff like that. Or keep going with Exos. It's my favorite thing. You're a really good creator. Stuff like that. I'm listening. I gotta listen. I gotta sit back and listen. But anywho, just remember that every day at the casino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.